Are your prayers sabotaging your ability to manifest your desires? If you've been struggling to see results despite your best efforts, then you've come to the right place. Well, today we're delving into how certain prayers might be hindering your manifestations and share Neville Goddard's wisdom on how to overcome these obstacles. Neville Goddard's teachings offer profound insights into the power of prayer and its connection to manifestation. But it's crucial to understand that not all prayers are created equal. Some prayers may inadvertently reinforce a mindset of lack and limitation, thereby impeding your ability to manifest your desires. Let's delve into the concept of prayer and its impact on manifestation. Many people approach prayer with a sense of desperation, begging a higher power to intervene and grant their wishes. This type of prayer stems from a belief in external forces controlling one's destiny, which contradicts Neville's teachings. Neville emphasized the importance of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled and living in the end result of your desires. He taught that prayer is not about pleading with an external deity, but rather about embodying the feeling of already having what you desire. Neville Goddard had a unique perspective on prayer. Instead of coming from a place of lack and neediness, he encouraged people to pray from a state of gratitude and abundance. Let's delve into what this means and how you can apply it to your own life. Imagine you're praying for something: a new job, a loving relationship, or financial abundance. The traditional approach might involve pleading with a higher power to fulfill your desires, coming from a place of desperation or need. But Neville taught that this approach misses the mark. Instead of focusing on what you lack or don't have, he believed in shifting your mindset to one of gratitude and abundance. This means praying as if your desires have already been fulfilled, embodying the feelings of gratitude and abundance that come with it. So, how do you do this? Neville advocated for the use of affirmations and visualizations to imprint your desires onto the subconscious mind. Affirmations are positive statements that affirm your desires as already being true. For example, instead of saying, "I want a new job," you would say, "I am grateful for my fulfilling and abundant new job." Visualizations, on the other hand, involve mentally picturing yourself already in possession of your desires. You might visualize yourself sitting at your new desk in your dream job, or cuddling up with your loving partner on the couch. The key is to evoke the feelings and emotions associated with your desires as if they were already a reality. By consistently practicing affirmations and visualizations, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind to align with your desired reality. This, in turn, sets the stage for manifestation to occur effortlessly. But here's the thing. It's not just about reciting affirmations or visualizing once in a while. Neville emphasized the importance of persistence and consistency in your practice. You have to truly believe in the reality you're affirming and visualizing, and you have to hold on to that belief no matter what. It's like planting seeds in a garden. You wouldn't expect to see flowers bloom overnight. You have to water and nurture the seeds consistently over time. Similarly, you have to consistently affirm and visualize your desires until they take root in your subconscious mind and begin to manifest in your reality. The key to effective prayer, according to Neville, lies in assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persisting in that assumption until it becomes a reality. This requires a shift in consciousness from doubt and fear to faith and confidence in the power of your own imagination. Now, let's address some common misconceptions about prayer that may be hindering your manifestations. First, the belief that prayers are requests to an external deity who decides whether or not to grant them. This belief disempowers individuals and reinforces a victim mentality. Neville Goddard often talked about the misconception surrounding prayers, that they're simply a tool to manipulate or control external circumstances to get what we want. He believed that this approach misses the point entirely. You see, Neville taught that reality isn't something external that we can control through prayer or any other means. Instead, he believed that reality is a reflection of our internal state of being. In other words, what we experience in the external world is a direct reflection of what's going on inside of us. Let's break it down a bit further. Imagine you're praying for a specific outcome. Maybe you want to manifest a new job or a loving relationship. The traditional approach to prayer might involve asking a higher power to intervene and make your desires a reality. But Neville would argue that this approach misses the mark. He believed that true manifestation isn't about trying to control external circumstances. It's about changing your internal state of being to align with your desires. So, instead of focusing on changing the world around you, Neville teaches us to focus on changing ourselves. This means cultivating the feelings and beliefs associated with our desires and embodying them in our daily lives. For example, let's say you want to manifest a new job. Instead of praying for the job to magically appear, Neville would encourage you to embody the feelings of success, abundance, and fulfillment that come with having that job. This might involve visualizing yourself already in the job, feeling grateful for the opportunity, and acting as if it's already a done deal. By shifting your internal state of being to align with your desires, you naturally begin to attract experiences and opportunities that match that vibration. But here's the key: it's not about trying to force things to happen or control every little detail. It's about surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. In Neville's teachings, prayer isn't about asking for things, it's about affirming and embodying the feelings associated with your desires. It's about aligning yourself with the reality you want to create, and trusting that the universe will respond in kind. Neville Goddard often talked about how prayers aren't just something you say once and then forget about. He believed that prayer is more like an ongoing practice, a way of continuously aligning yourself with the outcome you desire. Think about it like this: when you make a wish or say a prayer, you're essentially stating your desire to the universe. But that's just the beginning. Neville teaches us that true manifestation is a co-creative process. It's about working hand in hand with the universe to bring your desires into reality. So, how does it work? Well, it's all about alignment. Imagine you have a goal or a dream, a desired outcome you want to manifest. The first step is to clearly define what it is you want. This sets the intention and puts it out into the universe. But here's where a lot of people go wrong. They think that once they've stated their desire, their work is done. They sit back and wait for it to magically appear in their lives. But Neville would say that's not how it works. Instead, manifestation requires consistent alignment with your desired reality. It's about embodying the feelings and beliefs associated with your desire on a daily basis. This means practicing gratitude, visualization, and affirmations to keep yourself in alignment with what you want to manifest. Let's break it down a bit further. Imagine you want to manifest a new job. You've stated your desire to the universe, but now what? Neville would encourage you to visualize yourself already in that job. See yourself thriving and succeeding in your new role. Feel the excitement and fulfillment that comes with it. But it doesn't stop there. You need to maintain that feeling of alignment on a consistent basis. This means continuing to visualize yourself in your new job, even when things aren't going your way. It means staying positive and focused on your goal, even when obstacles arise. This might sound simple, but it's not always easy. It requires dedication and commitment to your desired outcome. It means showing up every day and doing the work to keep yourself aligned with what you want to manifest. But here's the thing, it's worth it. Because when you consistently align yourself with your desired reality, you begin to attract opportunities and experiences that match that vibration. It's like the universe responds to your energy and starts to bring your desires to fruition. So, how can you start applying Neville's teachings to your own life? It's simple, really. Start by clearly defining what it is you want to manifest. Then, practice aligning yourself with that desired outcome on a daily basis. Neville Goddard's teachings bring a whole new way of thinking about prayer and manifestation. He doesn't see prayer as begging for things from an external force. Instead, he teaches us to see it as a way of living in the reality of our desires. It's a shift in perspective that can change everything. According to Neville, assumption is key. It's about living as if your desires have already come true. It's about embodying the end result of what you want, rather than focusing on the lack of it. This is a powerful concept because it aligns your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the reality you want to create. So, let's break it down. Imagine you have a desire, like finding your dream job. Instead of praying for it in a traditional sense, Neville would encourage you to assume the feeling of already having that job. See yourself waking up excited to go to work, feeling fulfilled and valued in your role. Live in that reality in your mind, as if it's already happening. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about tapping into the creative power of your imagination. Neville believed that our inner world creates our outer world. So, by living in the end result of your desires and your imagination, you're actually planting the seeds for them to manifest in your physical reality. But why is this so important? Well, think about it. When you're constantly focused on what you lack, you're sending out vibrations of scarcity and neediness. This only attracts more of the same into your life. But when you shift your focus to living in the reality of your desires, you're emitting vibrations of abundance and fulfillment. And guess what? The universe responds to that. Neville's teachings challenge us to let go of the need for external intervention and to take responsibility for our own reality. Instead of waiting for things to happen to us, we become active participants in the creation of our lives. We become conscious creators, shaping our reality through our thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. Now, I know this might sound a bit out there for some people. But think about it logically. If you're constantly worrying and stressing about not having what you want, how can you ever expect to attract it into your life? It's like trying to plant seeds in dry, infertile soil. But when you start living in the reality of your desires, you're watering those seeds and giving them the fertile ground they need to grow. So, how can you start applying Neville's teachings to your own life? It's simple, really. Start by identifying your desires and then shift your focus to living in the end result of them. Use your imagination to vividly visualize yourself already having what you want. Feel the emotions associated with it as if it's already happening. But here's the thing, it's not just about visualizing and feeling. It's about embodying those feelings in your everyday life. Let go of any doubts or fears and trust in the process. Know that by living in the reality of your desires, you're setting in motion the forces of the universe to bring them to fruition. So, how can you align your prayers with Neville's teachings to enhance your manifestations? It starts with a shift in mindset from lack to abundance, from fear to faith, and from seeking to receiving. Begin by expressing gratitude for the blessings already present in your life. This sets the stage for attracting more abundance and prosperity into your reality. Next, cultivate a sense of inner knowing that your desires are already fulfilled in the unseen realm. Neville Goddard, a wise teacher of manifestation, offers us another powerful tool for bringing our desires into reality: affirmations and visualizations. Let's explore how we can use these techniques to reinforce our desired reality and imprint it onto our subconscious mind. Affirmations are simple statements that affirm the reality we wish to create. They are like positive declarations of what we want to manifest in our lives. For example, if you desire financial abundance, your affirmation could be, "I am financially abundant. Money flows to me effortlessly and abundantly." The key to effective affirmations is to state them in the present tense, as if your desire has already been fulfilled. This helps to align your subconscious mind with your desired reality. When you repeat these affirmations regularly, they begin to sink into your subconscious, influencing your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Visualizations, on the other hand, involve vividly imagining yourself experiencing your desired reality. Close your eyes and create a detailed mental picture of what it would look, feel, and sound like if your desire were already a reality. Engage all your senses to make the visualization as real and vivid as possible. For example, if your desire is to find your dream job, visualize yourself walking into your new workplace, feeling confident and excited. See yourself interacting with colleagues, enjoying your tasks, and receiving praise for your work. Immerse yourself in the experience, feeling the emotions associated with your manifestations as if they have already come to pass. The key to effective visualizations is to practice them regularly, and with unwavering belief. The more you visualize your desired reality, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. Over time, your subconscious begins to accept this new reality as true, paving the way for it to manifest in your external world. But Neville goes one step further. He emphasizes the importance of practicing feeling the emotions associated with your manifestations. This means not just visualizing your desired reality, but truly experiencing the joy, gratitude, and fulfillment that comes with it. For example, if your desire is to attract a loving relationship, don't just visualize yourself with your ideal partner. Feel the love, connection, and happiness radiating from within you. Practice feeling as if your desire has already been fulfilled, and let those positive emotions wash over you. By practicing feeling the emotions associated with your manifestations, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive your desires. Emotions are like magnets, attracting similar energy vibrations into your life. When you consistently feel the emotions of love, abundance, and joy, you align yourself with the frequency of your desired reality. So, how can you incorporate affirmations, visualizations, and emotions into your manifestation practice? Start by crafting affirmations that resonate with your desires and state them regularly throughout the day. Repeat them aloud or write them down to reinforce them in your subconscious mind. Next, set aside time each day to engage in visualization exercises. Close your eyes and immerse yourself in the experience of your desired reality, using all your senses to make it as real as possible. Practice feeling the emotions associated with your manifestations, allowing yourself to bask in the joy and fulfillment of your desires. Finally, release attachment to the outcome and trust in the divine timing of the universe. Know that your desires are on their way to you and continue to align yourself with the reality you wish to create. Neville Goddard, a great teacher of manifestation, once said something truly profound. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption until your assumption hardens into fact. Let's break down what this means and how it can transform your life. Imagine you have a desire, something you truly want to manifest in your life. It could be anything: a new job, a loving relationship, financial abundance, or good health. Instead of just wishing for it and hoping it will come true, Neville encourages us to do something more powerful: assume the feeling of already having achieved our desire. What does it mean to assume the feeling? It means to imagine, with all your senses, what it would feel like if your desire were already a reality. Close your eyes and really feel it. Feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude, as if your wish has already been fulfilled. Imagine the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything about your desired reality. But Neville doesn't stop there. He emphasizes the importance of persisting in that assumption. This means holding on to that feeling, that belief, even when it seems like nothing is changing in your external reality. It's about having unwavering faith in the power of your imagination to create your desired outcomes. Now you might be wondering, how long do I have to persist? How do I know when my assumption has hardened into fact? The truth is, there's no set timeline. It's different for everyone and depends on various factors like the complexity of your desire, your level of belief, and your ability to stay focused. But one thing is for sure: trust in the power of your imagination. Trust that your persistent assumption will eventually materialize into reality. You have within you an inherent creative force, a divine spark that has the power to shape your world. Think of your imagination as a magic wand, capable of turning your dreams into reality. But like any skill, it takes practice and patience. The more you exercise your imagination, the stronger it becomes. And the more you persist in your assumption, the closer you get to seeing your desires manifest before your eyes. So, how can you put Neville's words into practice in your own life? Start by clarifying your desires. What is it that you truly want? Once you're clear on your desires, begin to assume the feeling of already having achieved them. Visualize it, feel it, believe it. So, let go of limiting beliefs about prayer and embrace Neville Goddard's teachings on manifestation. By aligning your prayers with the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you can unlock the full potential of your creative power and manifest your deepest desires. According to Neville Goddard, your assumptions become facts. So it means that if you blame others for the problems you have in your life, they will start causing problems in your life. It's because you are assuming that they are causing problems, and this assumption will become true. You see, people spend a great deal of time blaming others. They blame the government, they blame institutes, they blame circumstances, they blame their parents. But in fact, nobody is responsible for what has happened, or what will happen in your life, or even anywhere in the world. Even you aren't responsible for what happens in your life, or for whatever you do. If you blame others or yourself, you need to understand the concept of I amness. The concept of I amness suggests that nobody can be blamed for anything. Even you can't blame yourself. Only your consciousness or awareness is responsible for all the occurrences and happenings. So your consciousness is responsible for everything. Here's what Neville Goddard says: I am, or the awareness of being, is the only reality. We were taught from an early age to attribute our problems to outside forces, which is one of the key reasons why we frequently do so. It's not difficult to understand why people are referring to their misery as outside forces when we consider the society in which we live, as well as intrusive religions that want to dominate people's minds. It implies that it is natural for us to place the blame for events in the world on something or someone. Furthermore, when there is no one else to blame, those who believe in an external God often even assign the guilt to God. The law, however, quickly makes it clear that no one is to blame, not even ourselves, because we didn't know any better in the first place. Neville Goddard says, your consciousness, my consciousness, is the only true foundation in the world. So according to him, consciousness is the only reality. Our consciousness, which is actually our I amness, is the foundation of everything. Our awareness is the only cause. So you don't need to blame others. You don't need to blame yourself. You don't need to blame God for what happened in the world. It wouldn't have happened if you weren't aware of it. Your consciousness made it happen because it made you aware of it. So your consciousness is the only cause. Everything we experience in the world is a result of our imagination or I amness. The shadow world is a manifestation of what you, I, and other people imagine. Since separation does not exist, what we manifest affects not just us, but also the entire world, and vice versa. And you will be affected by what you desire for other people. Anything outside of you, outside of your current level of consciousness, is not anything you can experience. Neville Goddard says, what you have assumed you are, you will become. You have already become what you are because you once assumed that you were it. Everything in the world is just like that. It's all imagination. Neville referred to the universe as the shadow world because it lacks independent will and consciousness, and is merely a reflection of our thoughts, speculations, and beliefs. What people refer to as accidents, fate, or circumstances are the products of someone's imagination. The situation you are in now was once only in your imagination, therefore, at some point, it had to become reality. However, as you probably didn't intentionally imagine your undesirable circumstances, either are you. You automatically made them up by allowing your vivid imagination to run wild, without realizing that it was your I amness, and that it was what produced reality. Let me now include a few lines from Neville Goddard's book. Here is what he says: when you and I really become conscious of being Christ, we too will straighten the arms of the withered and resurrect the dead hopes of men. We will do all the things that we could not do when we felt limited by our family tree. It is a bold step and should not be taken lightly, because to do it is to die. If John, the man of 3 dimensions, is beheaded or loses his 3-dimensional focus, Jesus, the 4th-dimensional self, may live. These lines have been taken from his lecture, No One to Change But Oneself. Here he says that giving up on the encumbering beliefs that we have carried until now is to die in our John the Baptist self, which is our old self, our 3-dimensional self, and to rise in our Jesus self, which is our 4th-dimensional self. Neville Goddard suggests that we leave behind all our beliefs because, according to Neville Goddard, by doing so, you buy the pearl of great price. You have to leave behind all the secondary causes and accept the fact that you are God. Simply put, don't trust the shadow world because it is not real. It is a 3D world that is in fact an illusion. The real world is our imagination, which is a 4D world. We have to go there to make changes in our 3D world. There is no power in the 3D world because it's old news, it is just a shadow, it is dead. In real life, the power to change your circumstances lies in your imagination because it is your I amness. You must wake up to the fact that you are the operant power and let go of all secondary reasons that you believe in. And if you have operant power, either nobody nor anything can do anything for you. So, for example, giving over your own power to a tarot card reader by thinking that they can tell you what to do or what to expect additionally, it shows that you think your surroundings and yourself are separate from one another. Nobody can picture your life more accurately than you. When you believe that whatever thing or person has more power than you, your God self, you are giving your power away. Your whole world and your whole reality are imagined by you. Neville Goddard says, I am is not interested in man's opinion. All its interest lies in your convictions about yourself. What do you say of the I am within you? Can you answer and say, I am Christ? Your answer or degree of understanding will determine the place you will occupy in life. Do you say or believe yourself to be a man of a certain family, race, nation, etc.? Do you honestly believe this about yourself? Then life, your true self, will cause the conceptions to appear in your world, and you will live with them as though they were real. You can't blame anyone because your whole world and everything that it contains is imagined by you. This concept is hard to accept for many people, but when you understand it, you will become unstoppable. Now, if your current situation isn't in accordance with your desire, it doesn't mean that it can't be manifested. It simply means your state isn't in accordance with your desire. If you want to experience your desire, you may have to jump into another state where you can do so. According to Neville Goddard, you can experience a state that is outside of your state of consciousness. And logically, it makes sense. Do you think you can experience something you aren't even aware of? Do you think you can experience something you can't even imagine? It is completely impossible. You can only experience those things that you can imagine and visualize, because feelings come from imagination and visualizations. So to experience a particular thing, you must be in a state where you can experience the desired thing. You must enter the state of being healthy if you want to be healthy. You must enter the state of being wealthy if you want to be wealthy. You must enter the state of being successful if you wish to succeed. You must enter the state of being in a relationship with the love of your life if you really want to be in a relationship. Well, in the manifestation community, people use many methods or techniques. They use affirmations or they do visualizations. These are actually tools that help us get there. When you want to manifest a desire but you can't imagine it, or if you have some negative thoughts, you can practice some techniques or write a scene and imagine it. It will help you get into the state of having your desires manifested. So if your thoughts are preventing you from manifesting your desire, you can make use of some affirmations or any technique that can help you change your thoughts and manifest your desire. If you are now living a life that you don't want to live, it can be changed by changing your imagination and consciousness. If for now you feel unhealthy, it can be changed by changing your consciousness. If now you feel that you are poor, you can become rich just by changing your thoughts. You have to jump into that state. Because once you're in that state, there's no power on earth that can stop your desire from being yours. Once you are in such a state, you are your desire, since it was never separated from you in the first place. Although you do in fact experience each thought, they don't necessarily reflect the reality of the outside world. Your thoughts are typically just fiction you make up for yourself to explain how the world works. Everything depends on how you see the world. You can become happy just by changing the thoughts that are making you sad. You have to have thoughts that can make you happy if you really want to be happy. We see the world using our imagination and thoughts. If we believe that the world is a good place to live, we will experience good things in our lives. And on the other hand, if we believe that the world isn't a good place, we probably will experience bad things in our lives. According to Neville Goddard's concept of I amness, you are everything. You are everywhere. You are God, because you are the creator of all the things and circumstances around you. The reason why Neville Goddard emphasized buying the pearl at a great price is that people are struggling with manifesting their desires. It's because they are struggling with negative thoughts. But when they get the pearl of great price, they will no longer need to manifest anything because they will just think and use their imagination and things will happen. The fact is that people rely on things outside of themselves to manifest their desires, when in fact, everything is within them. They don't need any external force or power. All the power is within them. Let me say that when you try to manifest your desire using some techniques like the SATs technique or the telephone technique, the techniques don't help you with manifestation. You use your own power to manifest your desires. The technique that you're practicing helps you use your power in an effective way. So if you think that the technique you were using to manifest your desire will help you manifest or is the only way to manifest, you are thinking wrong. And it is a sign that you haven't yet bought the pearl at a great price. It is you who manifests, not the method you are using. You are simply assisting yourself with the technique. Keep this in mind as you manifest. The power lies within you. You manifest, not the methods that you apply. Even in the manifesting community, many people look for help from a tarot card reader or healer. People also believe in some signs. But I want to tell you that when you believe that anything outside of you can make you happy or sad, can help you in any way or can harm you, you're actually showing your own ignorance. You haven't yet understood your own power. The power of the whole universe lies in your thoughts. There is no universe, there is no world. And there are not any people living in that world. The whole universe lies in your imagination, because you can't think beyond it. So is your wonderful imagination that creates things. It is your own beautiful image that is the source of your reality. When you realize the power of your imagination, you become unstoppable.